Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Indian Pharma Guide. In previous video, we discussed about a complete view on carbohydrates. And today's topic, proteins. First, we discuss about the basic definition of proteins. Large molecules composed of one or more chains of amino acids in a specific order. And it is determined by the base sequence of nucleotides in the DNA coding for the proteins. Introduction of proteins. Proteins are the most existing organic molecules that is present in the living system. Proteins are present in every part of the cell in our body and it constitutes about 50% of the dry cellular weight. In 1839, a Dutch chemist G.J. Mulder, on his investigation, the substances that is present in the milk and egg could be coagulated on heating and where nitrogenous compounds are present. Proteins is derived from a Greek word proteos that means first place. A Swedish chemist Berzelius suggested the name to that organic compounds as a proteins and that are the most important to our life. Biomedical importance of proteins. Proteins are the main structural compounds of the cytoskeleton. Proteins are known as immunoglobulins. Immunoglobulin serves as the first line of defense against the bacterial and viral infections. In our body, several hormones are proteins in nature. Transport proteins carry out the function of transporting specific substances either across the membrane or in the body fluids. Classification of proteins. Proteins are mainly classified into three types: simple proteins, conjugated proteins, and derived proteins. Simple proteins. Simple proteins on hydrolysis, they yield only the amino acids and occasionally small carbohydrate compounds. For example, albumin, globulins, glutamines, albuminoids, histones, and protamines. Conjugated proteins. Simple proteins combined with some non-protein material in the body, it refers to as conjugated proteins. For example, nucleoproteins, glycoproteins, phosphoproteins, hemoglobin, and lecithoproteins. Derived proteins. These proteins are derived from simple or conjugated proteins by physical or chemical means. For example, denaturated proteins and peptides. Amino acids. Introduction. Amino acids are a group of organic compounds which contains two functional groups. One is amino and second one is carboxyl. Amino group is a basic in nature and carboxyl group is acidic in nature. On that 300 amino acids occur in nature, only 20 of them occur in proteins. Structure of amino acids. As I shown in the structure, every amino acid have an alpha carbon atom. To that alpha carbon atom, 4 different groups are attached to them. They are amino group, carboxyl group, side chain R, and hydrogen atom. Optical isomers of amino acids. As I said in last slide, like that 4 different groups are attached to carbon atom. That is a asymmetric in nature and therefore it exhibits isomerism. Except glycerin, all the amino acids having a 4 different groups that are attached to alpha carbon atom, so that all the amino acids have an optical isomerism. Proteins are composed of levo-alpha amino acids. Classification of amino acids. Amino acids are classified based on the structure and based on the polarity. Based on the structure, 20 standard amino acids that is present in protein structure are divided into 7 different groups. They are aliphatic amino acids, aromatic amino acids, hydroxyl group containing amino acids, sulfur containing amino acids, acidic amino acids, basic amino acids, and amino acids. Aliphatic amino acids. Aliphatic amino acids are monoamino monocarboxylic acids. These amino acids group consist of most simple amino acids. They are glycine, valine, leucine, isoleucine, and alanine. Glycine. Glycine is a small and simple amino acids. In glycine, R group is the hydrogen atom. Glycine is a non-essential amino acid and it is allosteric inhibitor of glutathione synthetase. Alanine. Alanine is the same as glycine, that is, it is a non-essential amino acid and it is allosteric inhibitor of glutathione synthetase. D-alanine is a component of bacterial cell wall and B-alanine is found in pantothenic acid. Valine. It is an essential amino acid. It is an aliphatic hydrophobic isopropyl side chain, that is, it contains 3 carbon atoms as a side chain. Leucine. Leucine same as valine, but valine contains 3 carbon atoms as the side chain and leucine contains 4 carbon atoms as the side chain. Aromatic amino acids. Aromatic amino acid is an aromatic ring that is present in the amino acids. Phenylalanine. Phenylalanine is an essential amino acid and it contains a benzene ring. Tryptophan. It is also an essential amino acid and it contains indole ring. Hydroxyl group containing amino acids. It contains an aliphatic hydroxyl groups, that is an oxygen atom that is bonded to an hydrogen atom. Serine. It is a non-essential amino acid and it has an alcoholic group. It is a site for phosphorylation of many proteins. Threonine. It is an essential amino acid. Threonine alcohol side group is a target for phosphorylation of proteins. Sulfur containing amino acids. It was generally considered to be a non-polar and hydrophobic in nature. Cysteine. It is a non-essential amino acid. Methionine. It is the first amino acid used to build a protein chain. Acidic amino acids. 2 amino acids have acidic side chains at neutral pH. These are aspartic acid and glutamic acid. Aspartic acid. It is a non-essential amino acid and it is capable of forming ionic bonds and involved in chemical relations. Glutamic acid. It is a non-essential amino acid. In vitamin K2, carbohydrate glutamate residues in certain proteins to give carboxyglutamate. This modification allows protein to bind calcium, an essential event in blood clotting cascade. Basic amino acids. There are 3 amino acids that have basic side chains at neutral pH. They are arginine, lysine and histidine. Lysine. It is an essential amino acid and these are the strongly polar in nature. Histidine. It is a semi-essential amino acid and it contains imidazole ring. Amino acids classification based on the polarity. Based on the polarity, amino acids are classified into 4 groups. They are non-polar amino acids, polar amino acids with no charge on R group, polar amino acids with positive R group, polar amino acids with negative R group. Non-polar amino acids. Non-polar amino acids also referred to as hydrophobic and they have no change on R group. For example, alanine, leucine, isoleucine, valine, etc. Polar amino acids with no charge on R group. These polar amino acids carry no charge on R group. They possess groups such as hydroxyl, sulfohydryl, amide and participate in hydrogen bonding of protein structure. For example, tyrosine, glutamine, cysteine, etc. Polar amino acids with positive R group. For example, lysine, arginine, histidine. Polar amino acids with a negative R group. Polar amino acids contains dicarboxylic monoamino acids. Aspartic acid and glutamic acid are comes under this group. Chemistry of amino acids and protein structure. Amino acids are the building blocks of proteins and it plays a major role and as intermediates in metabolism. Amino acid content and sequence of amino acids of a specific protein is determined by the bases in the gene that encodes in the protein. 20 amino acids that are present within the protein convey a vast array of chemical versatility. Proteins not only catalyzes most of the reactions in living cells, but they control virtually all cellular processes. In addition, proteins that are present in the amino acid sequence. And now we need to know the necessary information to determine how that protein will fold into a three-dimensional structure, and the stability of the resulting structure. The field of protein folding and stability has been a critical important area of research for many years and remains today one of the greatest unsolved mystery. It is however being actively investigated and progress is being made every day. Physicochemical properties of proteins. Physical properties: color and taste, shape and size, molecular weight, colloidal nature, denaturation, amphoteric nature, ion binding capacity, solubility, optical activity. Chemical properties: hydrolysis, reactions involving carboxyl group, reactions involving amino group, reactions involving both carboxyl and amino group, reactions involving R group or side chain, reactions involving SH group. Physical properties of proteins. Color and taste. Proteins are mostly colorless and tasteless. These are the homogeneous and crystalline in nature. For example, fibrinogen, myosin, etc. Shape and size. Proteins' shape is ranges from simple crystalloid spherical structures to long fibrillar structures. Two distinct patterns of shape has been recognized. One is globular proteins and second one fibrillar proteins. Molecular weight. Proteins generally have the large molecular weights, that is ranges between 5 into 103 and 1 into 106. And it might be noted that the values of molecular weights of many proteins lie close to or multiples of 35,000 and 70,000. Colloidal nature. Proteins exhibit many colloidal properties because of their gained size, such as their diffusion rates are extremely slow and they may produce a considerable light scattering in solution, thus resulting in visible turbidity. Denaturation. Denaturation refers to the change in the properties of a protein. In another term, it is a loss of biological activity. In many instances, the process of denaturation is followed by coagulation. Amphoteric nature. Proteins are the amphoteric in nature, that is, they act as both alkalis and acids. These migrate in an electric field and the direction of migration depends upon the net charge possessed by the molecule. The net charge is influenced by the pH value. Ion binding capacity. Proteins can form salts with both cations and anions based on their net charge. Solubility. Solubility of proteins is mainly influenced by the pH. In electric point, solubility is low and it increases with increasing acidity or alkalinity. Because when protein molecules exist as either a cations or anions, so that repulsive forces between ions are high, since all the molecules possesses excess charges of the same sign, they will be more soluble than in the isoelectric state. Optical activity. All protein solutions rotate the plane of polarized light to the left, that is, these are levorotatory. Chemical properties. Hydrolysis. Proteins are hydrolyzed by a variety of hydrolytic agents. They are by acidic agents and by alkylating agents. By acidic agents, proteins upon hydrolysis with concentrated HCl at 100 to 110 degrees centigrade for 6 to 20 hours. It yields amino acids in the form of their hydrochlorides. By alkylating agents, this procedure is same as acidic agents, but in the place of concentrated HCl, we will put a 2N-NaOH. Reactions involving COOH group. Reaction with alkalis, salt formation, reaction with alcohols, esterification, and reaction with amines. Reactions involving amino group. Some of the reactions involved in amino group, they are reaction with mineral acids, reaction with formaldehyde, reaction with benzaldehyde, reaction with nitrous acid, reaction with acylating agents, reaction with dancyl chloride. Reactions involving both carboxyl and amino group. Some of the reactions that involved in both carboxyl and amino group, they are reaction with triketohydrinidine hydrate, reaction with phenyl isocyanate, reaction with phenyl isothiocyanate, reaction with phosgene, reaction with carbodisulfide. Reactions involving R group or side chain. Some of the tests that are involved in the R group or side chain. They are Biuret test, Xanthoprotic test, Milland's test, Follin's test, Sakaguchi test, Pauli test. Reactions involving SH group. They are nitroprusside test, Sullivan test. General methods of analysis of proteins. Some methods are used to analysis of proteins. They are Gelder nitrogen method, Udy dye binding method, infrared reflectance method. First one, Gelder nitrogen method. Amino acids are the building blocks of proteins and it contains carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, sulfur and nitrogen. It is a method of quantitative determination of nitrogen that is contained in organic substances and nitrogen contained in inorganic substances like ammonia and ammonium. Nitrogen found times a factor of 5.7 for wheat and 6.25 for other grains gives the content of crude protein. Other protein methods like Udy or the new infrared reflectance methods are calibrated against the basic Gelder method. In this procedure, the boiled concentrated sulfuric acid and strong caustic are used. Basis of Gelder protein procedure. We already know proteins are the building blocks of amino acids. And amino acids are made up of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, sulfur and nitrogen groups. Mainly proteins are calculated from measurement of nitrogen. Percent nitrogen into 5.7 is equal to percent crude protein of wheat. And percent nitrogen into 6.25 is equal to percent protein of other grains. Major steps in Gelder protein analysis. First step, grind 1 gram of grain. Digest in boiling concentrated sulfuric acid to convert protein nitrogen to ammonia. Add 50% caustic to make ammonia volatile. Boil that ammonia solution and collect by distillation. Measure that collected amount of ammonia by titration. Second method, Udy dye binding method. In this procedure, ground grain is taken with orange dye solution and shake it well. That acid dye forms an insoluble dye protein complex with the basic ammonia acid building blocks of the protein. That complex reduces the amount of the dye left in solution and the complex is removed by filtering and the concentration of dye in the solution is determined with the color measuring instrument. The amount of the dye left in solution is inversely related to the protein content of the sample. Last and final method, infrared reflectance method. In 1971, infrared reflectants were introduced into the grain trade to measure the protein, moisture and oil. As I shown on diagram in next slide, like that infrared light of different wavelengths is directed onto a sample that is present in the cell. Depending upon the chemical position of the grain, the light is reflected from the cell. That reflected light will be measured by using a photocell detector. That response of the detector is fed into a small computer which calculates a complex equations to obtain the protein, moisture or oil content of the sample. This is the diagram for infrared reflectance method for protein analysis. Digestion, absorption and metabolism of proteins. Proteins and dietary proteins plays a major role in our body metabolically. And dietary proteins is digested in the gastrointestinal tract by the action of both mammalian and bacterial enzymes and small peptides. And free amino acids are absorbed mainly in the small intestine by a tightly controlled integrated system. That absorbed amino acids may have the specific physiological functions, but that are used in greater quantities for body protein synthesis. Digestion and absorption of proteins from the mouth to stomach. In the first step, if we eat anything, it involves chewing. The teeth begin the mechanical breakdown of the large pieces into a small pieces that can be swallowed. Salivary glands provide some saliva to aid swallowing and the passage of the partially mashed egg through the esophagus. That mashed egg pieces enters the stomach through the esophageal sphincter and the stomach releases some gastric juices containing hydrochloric acid and the enzymes pepsin which initiates the breakdown of the protein. From the stomach to small intestine. Stomach empties the chyme containing the breakdown egg pieces into the small intestine where the majority of the protein digestion occurs. Pancreas digestive juice that contains more enzymes that further break down the protein fragments. The two major pancreatic enzymes that is used to digest the proteins are chymotrypsin and trypsin. Cells that line the small intestine release additional enzymes that finally break apart the smaller protein fragments into the individual amino acids. The muscle contractions of the small intestine mix and propel the digested proteins to the absorption sites. In the lower parts of the small intestine, the amino acids are transported from the intestinal lumen through the intestinal cells to the blood. This movement of individual amino acids requires a special transport proteins and the cellular energy molecule adenosine triphosphate. Once the amino acids are in the blood, they are transported to the liver. As with other macronutrients, the liver is the checkpost for amino acid distribution and any further breakdown of amino acids, which is very minimal. Recall that amino acids containing nitrogen, so further catabolism of amino acids releases the nitrogen containing ammonia. Because ammonia is a toxic and the liver transforms it into a urea, which is then transported to the kidney and excreted in urine. In urea molecule that contains two nitrogens and is highly soluble in water. This makes it a good choice for transporting excess nitrogen out of the body. Metabolism of proteins. Proteins are the important tissue builders in body which it can help in the cellular structure, function, hemoglobin formation to carry oxygen, enzyme for metabolic reactions and other functions in the body. Also in supply the nitrogen for the DNA and RNA genetic materials and the energy production. This is because protein contain long chain of amino acids. Protein metabolism is the process of break down the food or used by the body to gain energy. During protein metabolism, some of the protein will converted into glucose through gluconeogenesis process. Catabolism. The process that is breaking down of things, that is a series of degradative chemical reactions that break down complex molecules into smaller units and does not require energy because it is releasing energy. Anabolism. The process to building up of things, that is chemical reaction that synthesizes molecules from the smaller components and usually requires energy in process. The general ways of amino acids degradation are deamination, transamination, decarboxylation. Deamination is the elimination of amino group from amino acid with ammonia formation. Types of deamination. They are oxidative, reductive, hydrolytic, intramolecular. Applications of proteins. Protein is an important building block of bone, muscles, cartilage and skin. Our body uses the proteins to build and repair the tissues. Proteins are present in red blood cells that carries the oxygen throughout the body, and this helps to supply the entire body with the nutrients it needs. Every day we are taking a half of the dietary proteins and it goes into making enzymes which aids in digesting food and making new cells and body chemicals. These proteins plays an important role in hormone regulation. And that's all about a complete view on proteins. If anyone want to see my previous videos, I will give you that video links in my description box. Please watch it.